I've not even put the microphone on now. I'm here for 5 minutes and no more. And you might think that's a bit silly, but I've just decided I don't want to break the chain. And I have to go out today, so I'm just going to use some Payne's Grey and put some background colour in, I think. And maybe, do you know what, I maybe won't even take that big a step, and I'll maybe just use some of the magenta to find some more of the shadows in the flowers themselves. So there's a little bit of a dark here at the bottom of this one that I could do with emphasizing a little bit more. And there's a bit of red in it, so I'm going to put some more of that Naphthol red, is it? I don't know what it's called. It's a kind of a red that when I looked at it, I thought it looks like the colour of the cyclamen with the light coming through them. So I'm going to let that be in there with the magenta, because the magenta is maybe just a little bit purpley for what I'm after for some of them. So I think maybe as we come over here, there's a little bit of that red injected. And it's mostly dark in the base, really. But there is shadow on this one that's curling up the way too, a bit more magenta. There is a kind of a shadow here. I'm hoping that my fluorescent paints will come as well, so that I can use them to continue describing the brightness of the petals, because there's a real fluorescent light falling on some of them, and it would be lovely to really be able to capture that, you know. And then over here, this one too has a very dark underside to it at the bottom. Oh, that's my alarm going off inside. I was going to get a lift into town, but I'm actually just going to get the bus because I'm wide awake. So I can make the bus no bother. You can see my breath there. Yeah, so it's halfway. I'm going to stop at 5 minutes. And then there's shadow on that one too. It's maybe more magenta coloured again. So I didn't want to take the huge step of putting the black background in, because that might not actually happen. I might keep with the lighter background. Gosh, that must be it. Oh, maybe it's not mine. Maybe it's Erin or Lily's alarm. I'm trying to think, did I set an alarm? I did, but mine was for an earlier time, so that's okay. I don't know if you can hear me, sorry about that. No, it's a bit annoying when you can't hear me, I know. Half closing my eyes, I notice there's a little bit of a dark on the curve of this petal as well. Just in a little bit there that's kind of away from the light. And again, half closing my eyes, this shadow could come up a little bit more softly. And then there's kind of a slightly convoluted shadow here, just little bits, but I think I'll still put it in, because when I do get my bright paint, I want to have a foil, I want to have the darks. That will really show off the lights then, you know. And the edge of this one is darker than the one behind it. I love when a colour is darker, you know, when flowers or petals or anything is overlapping another thing. It's lovely to discover which one is darker and where it's darker, and sometimes along the edge of a thing it could be darker for a while than the background, and then it might be lighter than the background. So for example, well, everything here is darker than the background, but because the background is really black there, but I'm talking about petals overlapping each other, and so this petal here is darker than the one behind it, and that one is darker than the one behind that. I'm just going to paint this one as it extends up. There's a nice shape to it. I hope that they'll survive as long as maybe, imagine if my fluorescent paints came today, that would be good. Okay, and then some of these, because the reason I'm saying that is because I don't want the flowers to have changed that much, and they haven't really changed a lot since yesterday. And I love that they're happy enough with the freezing cold. Cyclamen seem to be happier in the cold than, for example, they definitely don't like sitting on top of a heater. you know, we've a windowsill with a heater underneath it, and I learned my lesson about not putting the cyclamen there. I'm going to put a touch of blue into this now to make it really dark, because I see that there's a very dark shade behind. Where is it now? It's here, kind of. Yeah, it's in the cyclamen. It's in the flower behind this one. And I want to identify those dark bits that'll throw this one forward. And it kind of curls over nicely then. So this is still acrylic, and my plan is to possibly use oil, the fluorescent oil, as I said, that I've ordered, hopefully will arrive before this painting is complete, and I'll be able to enhance the brightness of the lights on the petals with those paints. I'm going to play with them anyway. I wanted to get good fluorescent paints, so I've ordered a set that are artist quality, and yeah, we'll see. Alright, I think I better stop there now. Oh yeah, 7 minutes, my goodness. Alright, lovely to see you this morning. Thanks for joining me. That's what happened there. It's a little bit more detail. Right. Okay, lots of love. There are the flowers, I'll leave you with them.